Okay, so I recently made a thread on Twitter explaining exactly how I've been able to make almost 300k in the last 30 days just trading crypto meme coins. And let's just say it went a little bit viral, 88k impressions on the post. So what that tells me is the things that I was talking about are some of the topics and skills that you guys are struggling with. So today I'm going to be breaking down those points in a longer form video so you can take your trading to the next level. So I'm going to run you guys through when to trade, what to trade, how to trade, and most importantly, what to look for. Okay, so first of all, time is a key concept that barely is talked about in the trading space. I have no idea why. However, if you're a beginner or you have a low pool, the most important thing for you to do is to trade Euro session. That is anywhere from 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The reasons you want to do this is, first of all, there's less PvP. What does that mean? When a new topic or narrative or tweet or news article comes out in an American trading session, there's going to be about 4 or 5, even 10 different coins that will come out and all be PvPing each other. Which one's going to be the best with the best ticker, best links, best cover photo. And you can be in a coin 1 second that's winning. 3 seconds later, all the KOLs ape another coin and yours goes to zero instantly. If you're new or you don't have a lot of soul to play with, this will wreck you. You're not fast enough. You don't have the skill to transition with the PvP and you won't be able to identify which one is the winner. Good example, a couple of days ago when the new Pope came out, there was 12 different coins that migrated. So do you trust yourself to pick the winner out of 12? In Europe, there's only about 2. The max you get is 2, 3 if you're really unlucky, but most of the time it's just 1. There's not a bunch of FNFs having their cabal run different sorts of coins and try to PvP the main win. Then you also have the fact that good narratives are going to run with 0 KOLs. What does that mean? KOL is a key opinion leader and a heavily tracked wallet in the trading space. If a good narrative is come out in Europe session, it will go regardless if there's tracked wallets in there, KOLs, or not. America is a different sort of subject. You can be in the best coin. If no one apes the coin, everyone has this sort of idea that it's shit. It's not good. There's no KOLs in. No one's going to see it. No one pays attention to it. Where in Europe, because there's no KOLs really trading, this doesn't happen. So good narratives, if you're able to spot them, they will run regardless. And finally, it's just slower. There's less volume in the market. And you're probably first of all thinking, Seb, isn't that a bad thing? We want volume, no? And you're right. However, with less volume, there's less coins being created, and it's easy to spot the winning coins that are going to go on to do 100, 200, $1 million market caps. And you're able to get in them super, super early since they move slower. This is an extremely forgiving market to newer people and people with less soul. Okay, now let's talk about what to trade. You are going to stick to new pairs in Europe session, right? What do I mean by new pairs? I'll show you. On this side of my screen, new pairs, these are coins that are just being created. So they're coming out at a full market cap of anywhere between 5 to 8K. They are new tokens that have just been created by a developer. This is where you want to have your playground. You want to do this because new pairs have the best risk to reward ratio. What do I mean by that? Essentially, you're risking the smallest amount of money for the largest amount of upside. For example, any random coin that comes out, if you were to buy here and sell here for a loss, see the dev sold, the coin didn't go to remake, actually I saw this before, the max you could lose here, maybe 10, 20%, 25 if you got mev'd up here, but you really can't lose a lot. So if you're aping 1 SOL into this coin, the max you're going to lose is like 0.2. Whereas if we go over to a pair that's just graduated, if you ape here at 50K, this coin can very easily die and become nothing, and you've lost everything you've aped into the coin. On a lot of these coins, if you were to ape anywhere up here 50, 70, 60K, you're going to lose a lot more money with a lot less upside. The coin, if you ape at 50K, the coin has to go all the way to 500K market cap to get a 10x. If I ape at 6K, it has to go to 60K for me to get a 10x. Which one's a better risk to reward? Obviously, there's other factors, size you're playing with, but if you're newer, and still trying to really pick up the ropes of this game, this is where to be, NuPairs. How you're going to trade is very, very simple. You're going to be risking anywhere from 2 to 5% of your portfolio. So if you have 20 SOL to play with, you're going to be risking anywhere from 0.4 to about 1 SOL on each individual trade. Then you're looking to cut your losses very, very quick, anything between -20 to -50%. That means at the very most you're losing is half of what you aped. At the very least, maybe 10, 15%. That's usually what I lose on trades because I'm quick to cut losses. Then on the upside, what you're going to do is at a 2x, you're going to look to take some profits and initials out of the trade, up to you which one. So then you're risk free. You cannot lose this trade now. Doesn't matter if it goes to 0. If you take your initials out, you're fine. However, you do want to leave some writing on the table just in case, depending on what the volume's looking like, depending on what the narrative is, depending on what people are saying on Twitter, depending on on several different factors, you're going to leave some SOL in for that 5, 10, 30, 50x that can come easily if you're playing low market cap coins. We can even have a look at some of the trades that I've taken this week and see which ones were my most profitable. Okay, so this is a perfect example of how the strategy works. You're sitting on NuPairs, just like me. This was 3 days ago. I'm looking, I'm scanning. Totally ended up tweeting about this. An SOV is an OSHIT coin. Saw OSHIT coin, aped it. I was pretty much the first person to buy. My average cost, 6.2k. And the coin ended up going all the way to about 250k. Now the thing is, you have to hold as well. See, I do start selling some initials about here. I've gotten pretty good at holding, so you can see I'm selling the tops of the coins and making the max profit. So you can see my wallets are top traders. A lot of my friends as well were top traders on this coin, but that's exactly how you want to play the strategy. We can look at another one here. Johnson, this coin was to do with a DEX screener link, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, when you search DEX screener, it came up with this coin. It was kind of like a little Easter egg that people have found, and it also had a community attached. So as you can see, 20k entry, a little bit late on this one to be honest, because I was hesitating to buy just because the start was very, very fast. However, the strategy still proves firm. You're buying low, selling high in its simplest form. You can see I held pretty well in this coin, selling all the tops, played it well. After I was done selling, pretty much tanked. Oh, I actually did hold. I ended up holding really good on this trade and selling well for a profit 5.8k USD. See me selling the tops up here, top traders, all of my tracked wallets, all my friends and myself. And the most important part of this step of how to trade is never gamble. Never ape 20, 30% of your portfolio into one coin. Never keep buying the dips, buying. These things are gambling and belong to the casino. If you want to gamble, that's fine. Go to the casino. If you're doing it on the charts, you're going to consistently lose money. I get it, it's meme coins. However, you need to treat this as regular trading. I have strict rules of how many times I can buy back, how much I can lose on a day, how much I can lose within the hour on a specific trade as well. So you need to set yourself specific rules. I can talk more about that in another video as well. However, at a base level, you know when you're gambling, aping random shit that you don't need to ape. Do not do that. Be disciplined. Okay, and the final thing we're going to talk about is what to look for. So when you're on NuPairs, how do I know which coin is good? How do I know which coin is going to run? There's two main metrics that I'm constantly scanning. One of them is volume. The other one is a fresh narrative. Volume, first of all, is this little V under the market cap. See, this coin has 40k of volume. If a coin came out and instantly gets volume, the one or two options. You're either about to get farmed or that coin's really good. So you want to check it out. I check out every coin that instantly gets volume, or even ones that are getting slow, consistent volume, because these are the coins that people are interested in. They're clicking it. People are buying these coins. So if everyone's buying it, you want to also have a look. That's why you have things like wallet trackers as well. If the coin is getting a lot of volume from good traders that you track, you know you should definitely have a look at the coin, maybe wait for a dip and ape in some SOL. So on this NuPairs page, you want to constantly scan volume. See this coin getting volume right now. See, I would be watching this, seeing how it goes. Could have made some money if I went to trade right now. However, I'm done for the day, sticking with my rules. I actually really wanted to buy that. And the other thing you want to be watching for is a fresh narrative. So these are coins that you haven't seen before, art that you haven't seen before, tweets that you haven't seen before. New things run because no one wants to keep buying the same narrative or same ideas behind a coin. So if you see something that's a little bit different, has a little bit of different twist on it, a different sort of project or AI company that hasn't come out before, these things will instantly catch your eye after you put hours in. And these fresh narratives are going to be the really big runners. Some of my biggest wins have been from new, fresh narratives. We can even go through and look at this one. My biggest trades, Japanese Pepe, fresh, new. Pepe, but it's also a twist on something that we know. We know what Pepe is, it's a big meme coin. Now there's a Japanese version of it. Something new, but not completely random. This one was a tweet play, doesn't really include. This one was a new Peppa Pig character that got announced. New, I guess, tweet play as well. Johnson, this is good. This is something you haven't seen before. A fresh narrative about a DEX screener coin that they shield, I guess, in their Google search. Things like this are going to start to catch your eyes if you're constantly scanning new pairs. All right, so in summary, you're going to sit scanning new pairs in Europe session, aiming 2 to 5% in each trade, looking to take profits or initials at about a 2x and cut your losses quick, 20 to 50%. 50% is the absolute max though. Obviously, when you first start out, don't even think about making 300K in 30 days like me. That's not going to be your goal. Your goal is to follow the strategy, be consistent, and show up every single day. Over time, your skill is going to get better, and the money will start to roll in. You just have to be consistent. And remember, everything will come into fruition.